So if you're still having problems with your curly wig, okay, so once you shampoo it, you don't have any clue how to get those curls to pop anymore. You don't know what product, you don't know the steps to take. So if that is your problem, you tuned in to the right channel today. If this is your very first time tuning in, let me introduce myself. My name is Cynthia. I am the creator, the founder of Crowns of Glory Collections. Again, thank you for joining me. Now to my Royal Nation, you know who you are. Thank you again for tuning in and thank you for your support. So that's what we're going to talk about. Before I get into popping these curls back, we're going to deal with this hairline. Again, I always tell you, you really need to make sure that you focus on the hairline. Your hairline will make or break your wig. Okay, so again, I'm going to go over those simple steps. And like I said before, the first thing you need to do, go in there and pull out some hair just sporadically, so you don't want to be in any kind of pattern or order or anything like that. So that's what I'm going to do now. All right, let's go on around. Yep, you know it. I love my sideburns. I tell you that all the time. So if you like your sideburns, go ahead and pull those out. Go around and just pull some of those out. Okay, get my clips. Move that out of the way. And this out of the way. Now guys, the same product that I always talk about, what I use to get my hairline to lay down and for me to mold it. Again, if you ain't got that heat, it's not gonna work, okay? So that is the most important. I told you before, I like using my curler iron instead of a pressing comb because it allows for me to really get in there and press down like I need to. But again, all the products, we still using the Jane Carter solution. I'm going to use my wax stick around my hairline as well, and my mousse. So that's what we're going to do today. So once I do that, pull it out. Now, some of these little stragglers here, most of them have been already cut down. So I'm going to go in and cut those little stragglers off. And remember, if this is your first time, I tell them all the time, when you get your razor, you do not want to use it while it's sharp. So when you take it out of the package, you want to actually get a cardboard and you're going to go across it because you want your blade to be dull, not super sharp, okay? So once you take it, you're going to go in just like that. I hope you can see. And you're going to go around. And guys, I like sideburns because it's going to help camouflage around this area. A little bit too much hair. Let's do that. Okay. Let's go on back around. side turns. On this side. After I shampooed this wig, I just kind of thought about it. I looked at it, I'm like, you know, I always talk about once your client or you get your wig and you shampoo it, a lot of times it's hard for you to recreate your hairline and get everything the way that it used to look. So now you have a wig and you don't know what to do with it because you don't know how to recreate that. So I love showing you and giving you those tips and hacks on what you need to do to get that wig to look like it's actually growing out of your scalp. Okay, so got everything all cut down. The next step I want to do, I'm going to use my mousse. Again, this, I've been rocking with it for a while, so hey, just a little bit. You're going to go in and you're going to smooth it down, okay? Just like that. And also you want to take some of the mousse and go back into the wig as well. And on this wig, I actually cut probably like 1/4 of the frontal, and I attached lace and I ventilate hair in that area. Because the lace from the factory was just too noticeable and I couldn't get it to camouflage. So that was the thing that I decided to do to give me that look. And if this is your first time with me, I specialize in adhesive-free wigs. And my Royal Nation, they already know, but I say adhesive-free because I want you to understand that I do not use any kind of elastic band, got to be glue, wig glue, spray, lotions or potions, okay? So it is actually 100% adhesive free. I could take it on, put it on, take it off whenever I want to, okay? And I don't have to worry about it taking out of my edges because I hear that all the time when people go in and get it installed, they're using glue or whatever to give them that look. But once they have to take it off, they see that now their edges have been destroyed because of that adhesive. And another reason why I decided to really focus on adhesive and mastering this skill on how to get an adhesive wig is because I wanted everyone to be able to enjoy it. I thought about people that were actually going through some kind of hair loss, if it's chemo, whatever it may be. Sometimes they cannot use any kind of adhesive or spray because it interacts with their chemo or their medication, so they can't use it. So they're stuck with a band or something like that, and it's still not giving them that look and that confidence that they want. So that's why I took quite a bit of time trying to perfect the skill, and that's what I'm going to teach you after we get these courses done. I'm going to be able to release that to you so you'll be able to create this as well. Okay. So once I do that, I'm going to take my, well, actually, I'm going to take my Jane Carter solution. And again, you don't need a whole lot because it's really thick. And if you put too much, it's going to be oily. And you don't want that. Put a little in the wig as well. Now I'm going to use my wax stick, especially when I go into the parting area here. Going around. All right. I want to comb that through. All right. So next thing we need to do, we're going to get that heat. And that's what's going to help you mold down your hairline is the heat. Again, if you don't have heat and you have the other products, it's still not going to work. You need heat. So what I do is I take, if you know how to, do the hairline with the swoop or whatever. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to take your index finger. You're going to hold it down right here where your lace is. You're going to hold it to stabilize everything. And you're going to bring that hair back into the wig. You're going to take your comb, slide it in there so you can hold that hair down. Okay? Hopefully you can see that. So that's what I'm doing to give me better control. I take my heat. It's still kind of damp so you can hear that sizzle. Now my comb is heat resistant, so if your comb is not, you just need to just be careful with that, okay? We're going to keep doing that until we go all the way around. Again, put your comb in there. And let me make sure I make this absolutely clear. You need your heat, but also with that heat, you need to make sure that you press down into it. Guys, if you do this the way it needs to be done, you don't have to do this every time that you put on your wig. If you do it correctly, this is going to absolutely make sure that that hairline stay down. Okay, I'm going to come on around. Again, with that index finger, you got to make those fingers work for you. Okay, slide it in there again. This and up, put it back there. Now with your sideburns, sometimes I will take my flat iron and I would just go in and just kind of bend it. It really just, depends. especially once I do it and it's not doing what I want it to do, I have to take a little step further and use that. But most of the time I don't. I don't have to do it. Slide it in there again. Again, you want to press it down. You got to put that into it. Press it. And again, I don't care what type of hair you have. If you do it this way, you're going to be able to mold it down. Now, you probably need, take more time, especially with kinky hair and things like that. But with my hairline, I typically use deep curly anyway hair to give me that look. So I'm going to the other side. And again, I'm going to hold it down with that index finger. Guide it with my thumb. And you want to bring it on back into the wig. Bring it back. So if you see that motion, you need to bring it back just like that. Now again, once I put my wig on, I'm not going to keep the swoop in there. I do that to mold it the way I want it to lay. I mean, you can if you want to. You could do your swoops like this and train it, mold it down so it will stay longer. Go into it again. Out. Take it a bit farther. All right. Get my razor again. Wax through there. Again, you want to press down, and now I'm putting some pressure on it. So now I'm going to go into that part and show you how I get that to lay down. With this wig, a lot of times I have that hump in the front. So I'm going to show you again how I actually go in and get that look. Okay. So what I do is I go from here. I'll show you. Hopefully my arm is not in the way. So I start here and I bring it like that, like in a slant. And then I will take it on around, because you want some of the hair to come back so it will be able to conceal the wefts in the bag. Okay, you don't want your weft ever to be visible. So if someone come and stand over you, and I know that used to be a thing with me when I first started making wigs, to have someone to stand over me and being afraid if they could actually see that weft in the back. So that's why I make sure that I do this step. So you don't want to skip this step. Like I tell you all the time, I'm giving you things, but you really need to take time to do it if you want to get that look. So if you skip steps, it's not going to turn out this way. Go around. Make sure I have some hair over there. Now we'll take my wet stick again. Take my heat and I will press into it going up. So if you see that going up, but also you want to take this hair and you want to bend it across your barrel, okay? And that's going to help as well to kind of make it sit up like that. Then you want to take part of it and you're going to pull it to the back. But with the hair, like I said, bring some hair back so it will conceal those wefts. But you're going to bring your heat and you're going to pull it down. Just like that. Guys, I like giving you simple steps because you can remember it. But when I tell you this was something that I really had to just get information on how to get it to look this way, that's why I love to share, because a lot of times if people don't go in detail, it's hard for you to put those pieces together. On this channel, I want to help you put those pieces together so you won't have to go from, you know, different channels trying to figure it out. And that's really time consuming. And I do want to recommend that you go back and look at other videos that I have created, different styles and things like that. And that will give you more information. So again, I'm going to take it and I'm going to pull it over to the side. Okay, just like that. So if you see how I pull some hair down right here, I'm not trying to actually make a part per se. That's just going to help give me that hump, that lift. And then you bring it over. Okay. Like that. So when it falls, guys, it's going to fall over. Now this is the way that I like for it to fall in my face, to fall over like that. Okay, so that's what that look is. Like that. And also on this side, what I like to do is take that heat and I'm gonna bring this hair, I'm gonna pull it to the front. Just bring it over the barrel. Again, I'm putting some pressure on it. You see how I'm actually anchoring myself because I'm putting quite a bit of pressure on it. Just move that curling iron back and forth. You don't want to sit there too long because you don't want to destroy your lace. And again, this is not HG lace. This little piece in the front is. So I don't want to just sit it there because it will burn it. I've done it before and you don't want to do that. So that's going to give me that volume right there that I like. Again, if this is not what you typically do, that's fine. But I know people want to know, how do you get that hump? And I know I just had to figure out and research that I could get that hump. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, but I still want to know how to get it done. So pull that, just like that. Okay. All right, so now we're going to the good part. So what I like to do is to actually put this in sections. Then I know that the product is absolutely through and through and it's going to give me a better look than when I just go in there and just, you know, and don't put it in sections. I've done that before and it just don't turn out right for me. It doesn't give me the look that I want. So again, with this look, what I'm going for today is going to, you could do this and give you the wet look with more product or less product with this wig as well. I've actually gone in with my curling iron with my wand and curled it as well. But every time I do it, it's going to give me a different look when I wear it wet versus, you know, it's just big, because, you know, I love big hair. People think it's a different wig, but it's the same wig. It's just what you do with it, the techniques that you use going to give you a whole different look. So again, I can make it look, you know, really wet and juicy, but sometimes I just want to be really full and big. And then sometimes I just go in there with a wand curler and I just curl it just like I do anything else. So with that section right there, actually that's still a little bit too much. I'm gonna take your water. I think I got this water bottle from Amazon. So you want to get it really nice and wet. And like I said, I've already put leave-in conditioner in it. Okay, so it's really wet. And then I'm gonna take my comb. This is the comb that I use when my the hair is wet. Okay, you're gonna comb through it. Now, and you never want to comb a curly hair while it's dry. You don't want to comb it like this. You don't want to brush it, because if you do, you're gonna lose a lot of hair. That's on someone, you know, someone natural hair. If they're curly, you don't want to go in and just start combing it. You want to make sure that you get it nice and saturated with water, so you won't damage the hair. Just like that, guys. More water in it. Some more. And I'm gonna have to do that again if you notice that kind of drop. So once I get finished, I'm gonna do that again. A couple of things that my routine with, you know, when I want to have the wet look has changed. I used to use the Soft Sheen Carefree Curls, like the activator, and you still could use that. It worked really, you know, it worked good. And then I used to use the S Curl. Now I use that a lot in the past, that S Curl. And I get those things from Walmart. So again, it kind of changed. So I saw someone talking about this liquid styling gel here, and what I had to run out and get some. And I love it. I love it. It gives me a better hold, and it lasts longer, and it doesn't flake. It doesn't flake. So if you see, I'm just running the product through and through. Okay. Now you can take, and like I told you, I hate putting, using a blow dryer, but you could use a diffuser on this to kind of get those curls to reform. So you want to take your hand and you just want to scrunch it up like that. Just want to do that. I mean, I come back and I do it some more, but I'm going to use that gel. Just like that. Go to the next part, next section. You really have to take your time when you're working with curly, wavy hair. Because again, you don't want to pull all the hair out. Here's my water. And if your hair is actually raw hair, virgin hair, because like I said before, raw hair is not going to come in this kind of wave pattern, in a deep wave pattern like this. So virgin Remy hair, you just want to make sure that you take your time, and that hair, because it is human hair, is going to react to the climate, to the weather, just like regular curly hair. So that's why you hear people like, once I get out, and I'm in Georgia, so it's really humid here. So you could get out, everything look good. Within an hour, it's like so big, and it looks a mess. But by doing it this way, it going to last all day if you do these steps along with the product that I'm talking to you about. Because when I used the other products that I talked to you about, it gave me the look for, a few hours. But before you know it, it's swelling up again. And when you do this, you shouldn't have to do this every single day. If you do it right, I always tell you, if you do it right the first time, your mama and grandmama tell you that you do it right the first time, you won't have to keep doing it. Yes, if you do it right the first time, you shouldn't have to do this every time you get ready to put your wig on. Now, you probably have to put some water on it, and I'm not saying drench it, but you probably have to spray some water on it and just take your hand and do that as well. But the product itself, because you don't want to just keep piling product on your hair, and then it's going to start looking really dull and tacky, and it's just not going to look good. You want to look really nice and fresh. Actually, I need the part that I've already done. Let me keep that out of the way. I don't want to keep just putting product on it. Water again. Go through it. You want to make sure that all the kinks are out. It's very important for you to do this. Use my liquid gel again, and I'm just gonna bring it all the way through, just like this. I like to take it all the way up to the ends of the hair. Part is still kind of dry in the back. Again, if you do this right the first time, you shouldn't have to do this every time you put your wig on. Because once I do this, again, I don't wear one particular wig like all the time anyway, but this was really, if you my go-to wig, meaning if I'm running out to the store, this is really the one that I typically put on, because it's adhesive free. Like I said, you could put it on, take it off whenever you want to. So, but this was my go-to. So you take it and you kind of scrunch it up in your hand like that, because you want to get those curls to reform. You want them to pop. Just just like that. So now I'm gonna go to the next section of hair. Turn it like that. It last week, because I have quite a bit of kinks and tangles. All right, get your water. Now we have some more product. Now this is not the only product that I'm using, but I'm just showing you the steps like I typically do it. Like I said, I'm going to tell you things that other people not going to tell you, but I'm going to give you the real. So you'll be able to recreate the same look at home. Some people are scared to tell you. They feel like, well, they know all my tricks. But I don't feel that way. I want you to be able to. That's why you come to this channel, is to get some accurate information that you can use. I posted a video a couple of days ago with me. Actually, that was my husband with a leaf blower. It was this wig right here. And it was actually his idea to do it. I'm like, hey, let's do it. Because I want to prove to everyone that it's very secure. Yes, it's adhesive free, but my point is it is adhesive free, but it's very secure. So that, I think that's the concern of a lot of people. They want to know, okay, yeah, it's adhesive free, but will I be afraid to wear it? You don't want to get any kind of wig if you don't feel secure, because you're going to look like you insecure. So you want to be able to wear it just like it is your hair. Have that confidence. And you don't have to worry about it sliding off or all those things. But I just wanted to show, if you didn't see that video, it's actually a short that I did. Go back and look at that video. But he took this leaf blower and he just blowed it. And I hate for air to be in my face, but hey, to get my point across, I'm like, let's do it. So if you look at the video, you're gonna see me like, because I hate for air to be in my face like that. But I did it for you guys, because I wanted you to see. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and then I'm going to come back and show you the other products that I use and the next steps. Okay? Okay guys, I am back. So I've gone all the way around. I wet it down. Again, I went in sections so I could really be precise and combing everything through. So I've done that. I put my liquid gel in there. And you need to make sure that you keep going around, just scrunching it up just like that. All the way through. Now with this style, I typically do this in the summertime. I wouldn't do this, go out in the wintertime or anything. I just don't like it in the wintertime. I like it better in the summertime to give that beach look. That wet but not wet look. I like to do that in the summer. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use my mousse. Start from the top and just bring it all the way through using my fingers. And this is going to help this style to last longer without getting all frizzy on you. What I'm going to do is take my brush, my detangling brush, if you have a demi brush or anything like that, but I like to go through it and just brush all that product through, okay? And I know I just did the scrunch, but this is actually going to help it. Now guys, if you like just the wavy look, you don't have to go back in and scrunch it up. I just want my waves to be a little bit more deeper than just this. So that's why I typically do that. Take it again, and I'm just gonna scrunch it up. And I have used the Eco Gel before with this. I just didn't like how it turned out. I didn't like the feel of it. The feel of my hair is really big to me. I don't want it to feel like sticky with a lot of product way down. So if you can see that those curls are coming back in. And now we're going to use our oil. And this is really going to give it that sleek look. And this is the Silk Therapy for Bio Silk. I use that and I just run that oil through just like that. And this is going to help give that wet look as well. once it's dry some, I mean, still gonna have that wet look without being super wet, okay? So once it dry, what I'm gonna do again is go back in there and make sure, you know, everything is still nice and flat. You're just gonna keep going through there just like this. Taking your time. And you really want to make sure, especially this part in the front, to, you know, get those curls or waves back in there so it can fall down like it needs to. So in the morning when I put this on, I'm not going to have to do anything to this wig. Just put it on and go. That's it. Now, within a couple of days, when I get ready to, you know, go out, I probably need to take my spray bottle and spray it down a little bit, you know, mist it down. Sometimes also I will use a leave-in conditioner and spray that through there as well. Make sure you get that oil at the end, because I've noticed as well when it starts to puff up is right at the end. So you don't want to neglect getting that product all the way down to the tips of the hair, okay? Get everything. I'll put a little bit more gel on it as well, on the tips of the hair. Also, guys, if you're still having problems with knowing how to care for your wig, the proper wig care maintenance routine, make sure that you look down at the playlist, because I have created a playlist that will give you all the information. I go through all the products. Like I said, I love spilling tea all over the place. So, you know, I'm going to tell you when I find something that works and works really well, and especially is at a reasonable price, I want to make sure that I let the Royal Nation know. So don't forget to go in there and look at those playlists, because I have some amazing tips and hacks and tricks that you will be able to add to your tool belt as well. That's that wet look. And you want to keep doing that, but once it starts to dry down, those curls, those deep waves are going to reform, okay? So it's very important that you do those steps. Again, if you do it and section it out, once you shampoo it, you're going to get your hairline done, and you're out the door. You're out the door. It's that simple. Okay, guys, again, thank you for joining me. And until next time, wear your crown with confidence. Talk to you soon. Love you. Bye.